Good morning. All right, let's get started. So, I am hosting my fourth Facebook Live for Search in the City, and I'm Christine. And if you haven't attended one of these, let me tell you a little bit about Search in the City to start with. So, Search in the City is a small business here in North Carolina in the Triangle, and we are a scavenger hunt business. And in the scavenger hunt business, what we strive to do is to make scavenger hunts that are not only for learning more about your city, but also learning more about yourself, learning about your weaknesses and your strengths. And typically, these are done with a group of people that you know, and then you can learn about, who's the navigator on your team, who is the clue reader, who is the person that figures out the clue, who's the person who does the tasks. So it's interesting to see what kind of roles people put themselves in, and for you to reflect on that. And I was really good at sharing the spotlight, or maybe I wasn't. So that's what Search in the City does, is really strives again to make sure that you learn about your own city, but you learn about yourself. So I wanted to start, actually, I'm going to change the format slightly this time. I'm going to start with uh, things that are going on in Search in the City first this time. So, first of all, you may have noticed in these videos, I have this light up here, and we are going to change that light out. So, exciting news. Next time you see one of these Facebook Lives, you will see a new light above my head that hopefully is a little more flattering. So, hopefully, I like it, and hopefully, it's a keeper. Next thing is, you may also notice that the social media posts that Search in the City is putting out may look totally different or may look a little slightly different. So, as a good marketer, and that's something that I used to do in my day to day job before the isolation, uh, is that as a good marketer, you definitely want to look at what you're doing and what works and what doesn't work, and see what things are getting good engagement and which things aren't. So, and like anything in life, you always want to tweak things until they get to the point that they're in good shape. So, you may see slight differences. One difference that you may see is for Facebook stories and Instagram stories. So I wasn't utilizing those really until recently. So check those out if that's a way that you like to get your information. Then Search in the Cities on that now. So that's one way you can get your information about us. Another thing is, on Tuesdays, I have been doing an indoor scavenger hunt. Now, with this indoor scavenger hunt, you can do a little indoor scavenger hunt inside your house. So the title explains itself, but I have changed it though. Before, what you had to search for was in the comments, and now what you have to search for is actually in the picture. And I have also extended to not just finding one thing. Now you have to find three things. And I've also tried to link it to some sort of theme. For example, next week, next Tuesday is Cinco de Mayo. So you can only imagine what that theme is going to be. So you look out for that for next Tuesday. They're always posted on Tuesday on Instagram and on Facebook, and also on the stories. You do have to complete them by the end of that day. So I did this new format this week, and it was successful. I had three things you had to find, and those three things were your favorite drink, whether it be non-alcoholic or alcoholic, for this self-isolation period. You also had to find a disinfectant, which I did say do not ingest. And the third thing was a bright light. There was a little bit of a theme there. And So we did have a winner, and part of being the winner or a winner is they receive a shout out for winning, for being the first person to post those pictures or picture. So you could send in those three things separately, picture or video, or you can make one video, or you could do one picture that has all three things in it. The person who won this week did one picture with all three things in it. And that person, our lucky winner for this week, is Andrew Wortman. So, woo woo, go Andrew, getting the indoor scavenger hunt done. So, congratulations to you. And I'll be sending something in the mail shortly as well, some Search in the City swag for you for winning. So look out for those on Tuesdays again on Instagram and on Facebook. Now, oh, and I am going to, in the video, I'm going to post a link, or not a link, but a picture of the winning person's picture. All right, now some upcoming things for Search in the City events. First of all, there will be a new scavenger hunt on the website, and I'll put a link to that of the scavenger hunt page to the comments on here. It is not up currently, but it will be up in the next couple of weeks. It is a scavenger hunt that I have done, and it was successful. I just haven't put a cute name to it, and I haven't ironed out a few little details of it. So that's why it hasn't been on the website yet. It is an adventure hunt. So you may be wondering, if you have looked at the website, what's the difference between an adventure hunt and a snap and go hunt? So let me lay it out for you. So as an adventure hunt, you can think more of The Amazing Race is a perfect example. So you start with a clue, like all the other teams do, and then you're racing the other teams to get to the end point first. And you don't know what that end point is going to be, because at each place you receive another clue and another task to do. So you go from point to point to point to point. So if you are interested in a more competitive race, that is one I would definitely suggest instead of the snap and go. And I'll talk about what snap and go is in just a moment. Also, you may notice there's a price difference between the two. Because adventure hunts, I have to be in close contact with the vendors and make sure, hey, can like a big group of people come into your venue tonight and do this task? They have to be on board. So those hunts do slightly change depending on the vendor's availability. They're always great. I always make sure that they're equally great, no matter if I can't use a vendor this time or I can use them the next time. I definitely make sure everything is even, so you're getting your money's worth. And so, again, if you're interested in doing more task like things and figuring out clues, adventure hunts are your thing. Now, snap and go hunts, on the other hand, a little more chill, a little less competitive, still competitive though, you're still trying to win. And you get a list of things to do, usually about 30 things. You get an hour to study that list. So you really get time to plan out your strategy and figure out, okay, which things on this list do you think we can do in 2 hours? What makes sense? What's our path? And then when the time starts, you get 2 hours to try to complete as many tasks as you can and be back at the starting point. So the starting point and the end point are always the same. So you know where you're going at the end. And you just try to be the team that has the most things completed within those 2 hours. So that, again, is a little more chill, still a sense of competitiveness, of course, because you are trying to get the most points. So that may be a hunt that is better suited for you. So like I said, the new scavenger hunt, though, I am going to post is another adventure hunt one. So another thing that is coming down the tube for Search in the City is I'm going to do my inaugural internet scavenger hunt. So in this internet scavenger hunt, you are going to receive 10 words, and these words you'll get following clues that I will have somewhere on the internet. And you will have to take these 10 words and make a sentence out of them. And there is a specific sentence you have to make out of them. You can't just be like, oh, this is the sentence I came up with. There is a correct sentence using these 10 words. This internet scavenger hunt, I'm hoping, will be out in the next couple of weeks. So look out for announcements about that. Now, since some of you are watching this live right now, some of you are hopefully going to watch it a little bit later. But as a thank you for that, I'm going to go ahead and give you one of the 10 words. So I would write this down, or if you have a good memory, keep it in your head for the next couple of weeks so that you can add it to your list of 10 words. So the word, your first word, is hide. Hide, like hide and seek, which is pretty much what a scavenger hunt is. It's a glorified hide and seek. So that is your first word. Write it down. Thank you for watching. So you get that first word, and that's it, the hide. So, and once there's more announcements about this, it will become more obvious of how you have to structure that sentence of 10 words, but I can't give that away now. All right, so then another thing that is working its way down the pipeline is a car scavenger hunt that I'm going to do around town. I'm hoping to have one per month. This month, I'm going to work on the Raleigh car scavenger hunt, and then hopefully a Cary one and a Durham one, perhaps an Apex one and a Chapel Hill one. And so these will be more family oriented. So if you're looking for a way to do something with the family and get them in the car for a couple hours and still practice social distancing, this would be a good opportunity for you. So these, by the way, this and the internet scavenger hunt are not going to be monetary, so you don't have to pay me money to do these hunts. The internet scavenger hunt will have a prize, though. The car scavenger hunt at this time is just going to be something you can do on your own time, your own fun. There will be no prize except for the prize of learning more about your city and having some fun time with your family. So look out for those. I'll have more announcements about those once they are created. And the last thing that Search in the City is working on is I am going to be contacting the vendors I've been using in the past for scavenger hunts and hopefully making a partnership with them once again to do some virtual scavenger hunts so that you can do a scavenger hunt that pertains perhaps to their business in some sort. This one definitely is the most cloudy one of my ideas at the moment, so I'm still working out the tweaks and stuff like that. So look out for that, though. That is something that is being worked on and hopefully will be something you can do soon. So now let's talk about if you're still stir crazy. So if you're still being stir crazy, I have a few more ideas to get you out of your stir craziness. So one thing is the Raleigh Parks is offering a laugh line for anybody. Definitely family oriented. So if you have kids, this may be something that they can check out. And then I'm going to put the number in the comments, but in case you want to write it down right now, it's 919-996-2759. So check that out. There'll be a joke of the day. I think it is every day, Monday through Sunday, I believe. Maybe it's a Monday through Friday thing, but they have a different joke each day. And I have tried it out. They are really corny, but because they're so corny, it does make you laugh. So check that out if you want a good corny laugh. Also, Raleigh is still doing First Fridays. They have a virtual First Friday coming up tomorrow from 5 to 9 p.m. I'm going to put the Facebook event link in the comments after this is done so that you can check that out. So it should be a good time. I'm going to check it out to see what it's like, but it's supporting Raleigh. It's supporting downtown business. So definitely check that out. and support your local city. Also, if you are a music lover, this has been an exceptional time for music. Oddly enough, you would think that it would be scarce right now since there's no live concerts. However, so many people are doing virtual concerts right now. I feel like every weekend there's something to watch. Like last weekend, they did Under One Roof, which was North Carolina artists in the area performing. One of those North Carolina artists was Ben Folds. And if you're a Ben Folds fan, or you may want to learn a little bit more about him, then he does a free request show every Saturday night. And definitely check that out. He takes requests. He has great banter. It's a good time. So I'm going to put that Facebook link in the comments after the video is done. So if you want to check out him, I definitely suggest it. It's a lot of fun. Then I was going to go over some public health updates for Raleigh, or North Carolina. So today was actually supposed to be the last day of the self-isolation, and that has been extended to May 8th. And then we may go into this 3-phase plan after that, depending on if numbers look good. So they're looking for certain numbers of cases and things like that. And if they see what they want to see, then they will go into phase 1 and then phase 2 and then phase 3. And they also said that they will go backwards if they need to. So it sounds like to me this could be a long haul. I'm no expert though, so maybe not. But I am planning on a long haul here. And maybe that'll change next time I come on Facebook Live. So I am going to post a link to that in the comments after this video is done, so you can check that out as well. And then another thing, this isn't a public health update, it's just an update. So for those people who were following Oktoberfest, or maybe you weren't, I was, because I was supposed to go there this year. That has been canceled, unfortunately, but understandably why. It's a huge event, brings millions of people in, so makes sense they're not going to have that this year in Germany. So in case you missed it, it is canceled. I'm going to put leave a link to that in the comments below. I know that for everyone's probably has had to cancel a trip or 2 or 3, and it can be a bummer, but know that we're all doing it for the right reasons and that we can find fun in our own homes. Get creative. I know my old job, my day-to-day job before, the owner of that company is doing like cool creative things with their families at home, like making box night where they just get a bunch of boxes and have competitions of what they can do with the boxes and whatnot. So there are ways to keep ourselves entertained, even if we have gotten other things canceled in our life. I know it's not going to be the same as going to Oktoberfest, for instance, but just got to stay positive. And so those are my updates for today. In closing, I just want to say the next Facebook Live will be May 14th at 10 a.m. So go and check that out here on Facebook. And I appreciate everyone that has tuned in. I see some new people up here. So thanks for those people for popping in and watching. And again, congratulations to Andrew for winning our indoor scavenger hunt this week. Those will come out every Tuesday, so look out for those. And just stay safe and keep washing your hands. And cheers.